Layoffs are at an epidemic level, but I believe that if you still want to work, you should be able to put yourself back to work. And I don't think that you need to wait for another company to choose you like so many are, just waiting to be an employee. Today, it's more possible than ever to create your own business and income. I'm Connie Lund, and I was laid off for the last time in 2022. And instead of looking for another job, I bet on myself and started my own business. Friends had said to me for a long time, "You would be good at it. You should start your own business." And I said no, and I had all kinds of excuses. But this time, I was not going back. It was different. So I went into LinkedIn and I started offering marketing consulting for early stage tech founders who I'd been working with for the last 20 years. And over a few months, I built to $10,000 per month in income using LinkedIn. People started asking me, "How are you getting those leads? Can you help me?" So I started teaching others and coaching them on how to get leads in LinkedIn because I had spent 20 years doing this. And I had been at Dell and started the LinkedIn corporate channel. So I do social marketing like I breathe. It's just natural. So I've been teaching others how to do that. But then something happened. And last fall, I ran into Voice AI and I kind of fell in love. And I used it to help me build a tech startup. So we're calling leads for insurance agencies. And it had been my dream to have my own tech startup. And I don't code, but I was able to use AI as my tech partner. And we just figured it out. Then in the spring, after my tech startup was going, people were saying, "Connie, we need your coaching back." And I thought about teaching lead gen and LinkedIn, and a lot has changed. AI has changed a lot. And I just thought about all these people teaching how to go and start a business with AI. But the big problem is they don't really teach you how. And so that's how Rebel Reinvent was born. I wanted to build a program that I wish I had after my last layoff, or maybe any of them. And it's bigger than LinkedIn because the problem is people, if you don't have a good offer and you go to LinkedIn and try to sell your services, it's very, very difficult. So I step back and I want to help experienced professionals rediscover what you already know. We're starting at square one. And the problem is that most people's identity is all wrapped up in that old company job. So maybe you're laid off 9 months ago and you're looking back saying, "Oh, I was a CFO," or "I was a content writer." And you're really grieving that. And it's painful. I know, I've been there. You're still looking back. But what I'd like to do is help you switch and look forward to being excited about building your own business and believe that you can. My goal is to give you those steps to identify what you can do, what you can sell, how to package it, and then go out and market it. Whether it's in LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, whatever platform. So I worked with a CFO last year and he was working on his offer. And this just shows how important offers are because it took him a while. But he came to realize that he did not want to be a CFO again. He had all this extensive e-commerce experience. And that's really what he wanted to do. He wanted to sell high-level consulting for companies, helping them across all the business functions. The other thing that I can help you with is building those marketing assets. So most of the people that I work with were not marketers. And I think that's a really big challenge for building your own business. So I'll bring my experience and we'll add AI, and it's easy to create offer docs, beautiful images, website pages. You don't need to be a designer or coder anymore. And I will help you get the fast track on the marketing. It doesn't need to take a year to make a website. I've seen so many people start to build their own business and go down that rabbit hole. It's just not necessary. But you do need to figure out what your messaging is. And the last thing is that AI really accelerates the process. That's what I am excited about. It's amazing how fast you can move. And I want to teach people how to think about using AI to build their business and then learn with it. And so I tell people, if I can just help you and show you how to use AI beyond prompts and skills, you'll just go so much further. And it's really exciting. The thing is we'll talk about what kind of offers can you make and how can you sell things without waiting to be chosen for a full-time job. Maybe you just want to do a side hustle and keep your present employment. This is really important, and I really made a big mistake by not doing this. If you can learn how to sell your offer, maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's your marketing plan, maybe it's, once you learn how to sell that, you have an income stream that you own. So I've helped people who did not want to be found out by their boss. And so we did that in LinkedIn, and it works. But maybe you want to have this as income while you're looking for a job. Totally doable too. And you can spend an hour or two each week working on this, creating a side hustle, and looking for a job. So any of those are choices. Or maybe you're just fed up and you're saying, I'm not going back to a full-time job. I'm going to build my own. And in my program, I'm also giving you a sandbox that's technical so you can try out how to build a web page without going and buying the full tech stack. And that, I think, is super helpful because you can make a decision, can I do this or can't I do this? And my goal is really simple. I want to help you make steady progress every week. And I am giving the path to having the offer, validating it, and then setting it up to sell. So you have blockers. We all have blockers, and figuring those out is important. For example, I've had lots of blockers behind making this video. And as soon as you start taking action, you get confidence. And then your Stripe starts coming into your email. Somebody paid $16, maybe somebody paid $300, and it starts to accumulate because you have all the pieces set up. And that's what I get excited about. I'm not going to do the work for you, but I'm going to give you the path. And I've watched people get clarity, and it's so exciting. So they're putting themselves back into the market because these small wins create movement for you. And I can give you the path. In 1 month, you can pretty much get all of your assets put together. And then in 2 months, you'll be starting to get a rhythm of going out, creating content, building awareness for what you sell that will bring in income. And you will get paid for your time. So I'd love to help you build what's next for your journey. And down below is more information on my program. And if you ever have questions, you can email me at connie@connielund.com. And I'm happy to answer those questions. And I'm just excited that you're considering building your own business because that really is the future. There's not really any other options right now. I think we all need to invest in ourselves.